Everybody should have refuah, whether you're currently ill, chas shalom, or to stay healthy. As we continue going through the Shulchan Aruch, the Seder Hayom, starting from the beginning of the day, we've always been very intrigued to get back to Halachot of Tzitzit. One of those things that we encountered perhaps early on, but there's a tremendous amount of iyun and halachot that are relevant in Halachot Tzitzit, and we, like anything else, require some chizuk. So I want to just talk today a little bit about the chizuk b'inyan, the chashivut of the mitzvah of Tzitzit. So as the Torah itself indicates in the Psukim, the Tzitzit have a special characteristic that they add Kedusha, Tosefet Kedusha. It says, V'item Kedoshim Lokechem, we just said it in Kriyat Shema, the last paragraph. V'item Kedoshim, the parasha of Tzitzit includes with it that if you are performing the mitzvah Tzitzit, then that brings on extra Kedusha to the person. Additionally, the Pasuk says also, Uritem Uzechartem. You see the Tzitzit, and you recall, you remember all of the mitzvot of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's a special characteristic the mitzvah of tzitzit have that it's able to do so. The word tzitzit in Gematria adds up to 600, plus the 5 knots on every corner, plus the 8 strings on every corner. So you have another 13. The word tzitzit itself brings us to the 613 mitzvot. We know that the original tzitzit with the blue techelet is their intention that a person sees the blue tchelet, he thinks of the shamayim, he thinks of the kisei hakavod, he remembers all of the mitzvot that he has. The Midrash says more. The Midrash says, imagine a person was drowning, he was thrown overboard, and he was in the sea, and the king says, you know what, here, he throws him a cable, hold on to this rope. If you hold on to this rope, you'll be able to survive. But if you let go for a second, you're done. So too with the mitzvot, the Kadosh Baruch Hu says, remember all the mitzvot, this is the string. I'm throwing you this string while you're out there in the world. Hold on to this string, and you will call all the mitzvot, and you'll be able to survive. You'll be able to be successful in the world. Additionally, the mitzvah of tzitzit is something that a person has almost non-stop. The nighttime is not a time for tzitzit, but if a person has the proper kavanah, there's no obligation to wear a 4-corner garment. It's only if you're wearing the 4-corner garment that you have to have tzitzit. But nowadays the minhag is that people wear talit katan, and by doing so you get a mitzvah the entire time while the day is going. From sun up to sundown, you're wearing the tzitzit, you're getting a phenomenal mitzvah. The Gemara tells us the person who wears tzitzit is zochel mekabel pnei hashchina. A person who wears tzitzit, the merit is that he will be able to stand in the Kadosh Baruch Hu's presence. It almost doesn't even make sense to us. How could such a simple mitzvah carry with it such great reward? But just to recap, the mitzvah of tzitzit brings with it an additional kedusha for a man. It reminds us of all the mitzvot. We are wearing the uniform of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We have to stay in line. And the Gemara brings various stories when a person was about to do an Avirah, and they saw their tzitzit, and they were poresh. They prevented themselves from doing the Avirah. Lastly, it's a mitzvah which pays immense dividends the entire day. Finish with the idea that the Gaon Mivilna, the great Gaon, one of the greatest Talmid Chamim of the past 500 years, just bar none, when he was about to pass away, he was on his deathbed, he started to cry. And of course, the Talmidim were assuming he was crying because he's about to pass away. He's about to stop his most favorite endeavor, which is to study Torah. He said, that's not why I'm crying. And he picked up his very tzitzit. He picked up his tzitzit and he said, here in this world, for a few dollars, a person can be zocheh in such an immense reward, the mitzvah of tzitzit. In Olam Haba, it's not the time to do mitzvot anymore. We have to grab it while we have the opportunity. And the mitzvah which symbolizes that the best is tzitzit. A few dollars, a person has the tzitzit on him, he has such an immense reward, kedusha, reminding himself of all the mitzvot, coming close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, going some of the halachot, and being mechazek in mitzvah tzitzit.